You think we're gonna beat all these games?
Nope.
Backlog boys.
No, probably not. Whoa!
Here it is, folks.
Rockets.
We've been attacked by Team Rocket. We got to face 2 grunts and 2 executives.
Oh, all right. Did you see that? You see that at the end there?
And we got the classics coming out here.
Oh.
A couple of the classics.
All right.
Voltorbs and Cofacts.
Cofact.
All right.
And there's a number on there. Cofact 1.
Yeah. Get it like Act 1?
Yeah.
And the next ones are going to be Act 2. Let's see. We got weakness to water. Everybody here is weak against ground, except for Pineco, and he's just weak in general. So let's bring Diabetes, and he can just earthquake.
Just destroy them.
He can earthquake anybody, but he can also ice beam Graveler and Geodude.
So you're telling me this is a cleanup in aisle 3?
Yeah. Pineco's weak against fire. And so is Electrode, so we could bring Bruford for backup.
The Broofs.
And then maybe Africa as well, just in case. This should be pretty easy.
Look at an easier one.
So we're playing Pokemon again.
Whoa.
Oh, this is cool. We're on like a bridge.
That's cool.
Like facing off against Team Rocket.
Like we have to get through them.
Yeah, and they've got
pretty
their
cool.
little hot air balloon. It's kind of neat.
Huh.
It'd be really
This
cool
is
if you
cool.
could see the trainers.
That would be really cool. They throw the Pokeball.
That is something they have not done in a Pokemon game yet.
In a rendered one like this?
Any
or
Pokemon game.
Show the trainer?
Show the trainer during the battle.
Ew.
A lot of them they show during, or before and after the battle. Please bring out something that's weak against Ice Beam. Okay. It might be weak against Ice Beam.
Announcer, it's Pineact 1. Correction, please.
Not weak against Ice, but weak against a lot of things. This is the Pokemon that evolves into Forretress.
Wait, did it do anything?
No, its turn was switching.
Oh, it switched.
Yeah,
already?
he switched Geodude into
Oh.
Pineco.
A Geodude. Level 100 Geodude.
Yeah. And a level 100 Pineco. So this fight's going to be very easy no matter who his third Pokemon is.
Because we just Ice Beam Geodude. Just how I planned it.
I mean,
Nice,
we could
dude.
Ice Beam or Earthquake Geodude, and it would be probably a one-hit KO. Oh, and coughing or wheezing. So we should definitely use Earthquake on this guy, because he is not weak against ice.
Yeah, too bad he's not floating.
Yeah, if this was Generation 3 or later, we would not be able to use Earthquake
Because he's floating.
Weezing's ability is Levitate. Yeah, which means Ground type cannot hit him. But we're good now.
I guess that rock comes up pretty far.
Yeah. Yeah, let's really split hairs here. Just use it
Might
again.
hit him right under the chin, you know? That probably hurts.
Kaboom, come on, be scared. Oh, he's going to blow up. All right, well, that will probably kill us. Oh, a critical? Yeah.
Aren't you lucky? It's lucky for us to receive the critical from Team Rocket.
Wow, what a privilege.
Yeah. Thanks, bud. See ya, Weezact.
Just how he planned it.
Yeah. This is all scripted.
Who's his last Pokemon? Geodude?
Yeah.
Geodude versus Feraligatr. Who will win?
Don't hold your breath, everyone. You'll pass out from
Such a weird-looking Geodude.
You'll pass out from holding it too long in
all
tension
silvery.
of this battle.
Africa's chubby.
Couldn't you also surf him?
That's what I'm going to do. What did you think I was going to do?
Oh, I guess I was still thinking about Earthquake.
Oh. He can learn Earthquake, but he doesn't have it.
Bye.
Get him wet. Get a rock wet and they die.
Blithering Fool.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. These guys.
Oh man, so recently I got a city ordinance to telling me that I needed to trim some trees or I was going to get ticketed. And I don't know if you've ever gotten a city ordinance before, but they're never specific. it just says the name and the description of the city ordinance that you are in violation of, but it doesn't say what you did to violate it. So it just said, like, the city ordinance will just say all trees need to be at least 7 feet above the sidewalk and cannot interfere with the road. You know, like.
Do you have a tree that interferes with the road?
That's that you don't know. You know, they just tell you, hey, you've broken this city ordinance, and this is what the city ordinance is, and you don't know what part of your yard is in violation of this city ordinance.
They don't tell you, like, oh, your first tree on the left or something.
Yeah, exactly. They don't go into any specifics, so it's really frustrating in that regard. Man, this is a totally different fight. I'll come back to that story in just a second. I got to figure out who to use here. I might try to Thunder Dance because everybody's just pretty wimpy. As long as we don't see Houndour, should be good there. I'll bring Kefka for backup and Bruford for speed.
I was gonna say Bruford too.
So I get these. So I get the city ordinance, and I'm like, well, shit. So I go and start looking at my trees, and I'm like, okay, I guess I do have a few tree limbs that are less than 7 feet above the sidewalk because I have a lot of trees on my lot. And then I'm also looking at this other tree that hangs over the alley, and it's also hanging down pretty low. And I'm like, God, this is a lot of stuff. So I have to, like, get out on the ladder on my day off, and it's super hot, and go up in a tree with a handsaw and saw off all these limbs. And I ended up with, like, a driveway full of tree limbs.
Yeah.
That I have to, like, break down and bag up because I don't have any other way to get rid of them. And so I cut it all down so I get everything legal, but then I don't have the strength or the time to, like, break all the stuff down. So I just leave it in the driveway, and I'm like, I'll break it down later on over the course of the next few days.
Do you get a city ordinance saying and remove this stuff from your driveway?
No, although okay. I wouldn't have been surprised. And I saw like a guy drive by to check like a couple days later that was clearly the person there to check. Hopefully this kills. I maybe should have used Thunder again. Damn it. That was a bad idea. And then this guy comes up to my door one day, and he knocks on the door, and he's like, hey man, you got a city ordinance that you weren't in compliance of, or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I trimmed a bunch of stuff. They didn't tell me what it was, but I trimmed a bunch of stuff, and I saw somebody come by to, like, check it out. So what's the deal? And he's like, oh, yeah, actually it was just for this stuff that's out in your front yard. And there's, like, this, like, long grass that we have with flowers that peeks through the fence, and that was encroaching too far over the sidewalk. And that was apparently all that they cared about.
So you did all that work.
So I did all that work for nothing. So thank you, city ordinances, for being completely unspecific.
Wow, this guy's persistent with the weak moves. Just doing like 20 damage at a time.
Well, luckily, Mangy Meat just resists everything. And Murkrow is weak AF anyways.
We had someone from the city come. So, like, one of our vehicles, I think, got, like, recalled.
One of your vehicles?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So...
Wait, was it a Toyota Corolla?
No, it was a Nissan Xterra.
Oh, dang it. I did not want to see Houndour.
So we had to... Essentially, we couldn't even drive it to the dealership. Like, that's how recalled it was.
Oh.
They said, like, we will come take it.
Wow.
Yeah. So...
haul away.
So we parked... So we, like, parked it in... just a little bit into the grass.
Well, let's try this.
We parked like the left 2 tires in the grass so that we could still use the garage, but also have the vehicle not on the road because you can't park on the road overnight.
Okay.
In my neighborhood. So we move it and hang it off to into the grass about halfway. The other 2 tires are still on the driveway.
Sure.
Just for a few days until they come and get it. So that I can still park, my parents can get in and out. And... like, okay, you might have like some redneck family that has like seven cars and like a tractor.
Yeah.
And they're all in the grass and like they're all broken and they're like working on them, but they're never gonna finish. And one of them's on, you know,
on blocks.
And it's like, we're not, everyone knows we're not that. And this is the first time the vehicle has ever been on the grass.
Yeah.
And the next day, someone comes from the city, knocks on our door, and says, yeah, sorry, they don't tell us this, but they say, hey, yeah, someone let us know, but you've got your car can only stay here for so long before it's in violation of an ordinance.
Yeah.
And the only reason he would have come, because we're in a freaking random suburban neighborhood that does not get any traffic through
Is
it.
if someone complained.
Is if someone called and complained the next day, after one day. It's like, obviously this is temporary. We've never done this before.
It's the same thing with my trees.
You could just come and ask us. You don't got to go
be all Minnesotan about it.
Call the city and have them come and tell us and give us a deadline.
Right.
When it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, it sucks.
You're being ridiculous and stupid and bad neighbors.
Right. Yeah, it really sucks when people do that. I think that the exact same thing is the reason why I got complained on, because I have a neighbor that has like a freaking immaculate yard, and they spend like hours a day out there like manicuring their yard to perfection. And for some reason, they think that everybody else has the time to do that or prioritizes it as much as they do. And so they just can't believe that my yard looks as average as it does.
Oh man.
It's really exhausting and maddening.
Do you see that? Did they like say something, or do they? No,
that neighbor has never said a single word to me, but I just know.
Yeah.
Dang it,
man. Yeah, neighbors can be kind of weird.
Yeah,
some weird people in the
especially
world.
In this regional culture that we have, that's very like non-confrontational.
Yeah.
And socially awkward.
Yeah, that's a pretty good assessment of what it's like here.
So they get to be like passive aggressive through the police or whoever. Licky tongue. So I thought it was going to be Act 3, but it's lick up. So, whatever.
Well, hopefully we'll get an Act 3 soon here. Maybe this is just the intermission.
The last fight could be Act 3. You never know.
Yeah.
Because that's supposed to be the climactic act.
It is. What was I gonna say? Like what? That's one thing that I've...
Ooh, he stole my berry.
He stole it?
Yeah.
So now he's got 2?
Well, I don't think it can use it, but I could be wrong.
Which one does
it used the
Kefka
move,
have again?
It used the move Thief. Kefka has the bitter berry, which protects him from confusion.
Okay.
One time.
Actually pretty useful.
Per battle. Frustration.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Dude, that was a
classic Team Rocket move, I guess.
Be a heavy tongue to slap you with.
That's a very heavy tongue. It's got to weigh at least 100 pounds. I mean, look at that thing.
God, it's huge.
I'm just going to surf this Jagaloon.
Jagaloon. Like, I understand. I used to think, like, who cares? Like, it's some grass in front of your house. And like it's...
I mean, I get that when a yard looks bad, it doesn't look good, especially when it's next to other yards that look good. But just the basic principle of having grass as a yard is such a waste.
Yeah.
Of, like, resources and energy and time. Like, it's literally for nothing other than aesthetics. It serves basically no purpose. Like, all of our yards should just be food. Instead of grass.
I've always thought that associations are kind of weird.
Homeowners associations?
Yeah, where the whole group decides these are the things that you can't do.
Yeah.
It's like you can't have this in front of your house because we don't like that.
Yeah, you just imagine a smoke-filled room of these like seedy old guys sitting around a table, like making up random rules, like they're playing D&D or something. It's so weird. How does that get done?
I heard about one that was from a friend. Like when they were growing up, the family
We're gonna end this quick.
owned a house, and like the homeowners association in that neighborhood made it a rule that if anyone applies to live in the neighborhood, which would be then by association also, well, it would also join the association just by living there. So they made a rule that if someone is to move in, the paperwork that they have to fill out has to be in English and cannot be in any other language.
Oh, that's
it's like, wow, that's
super racist.
seedy.
Yeah.
That's so gross. And
yeah,
man,
those kinds of groups love to find like technical, politically correct ways to do very not politically correct things.
right. It's like you really want your perfect little suburban.
We're not saying we don't like people of color. We just want the paperwork.
Right, it's a convenient way around that.
Like, okay, all right.
Yeah. As if it's going to be Spanish if they don't pick English.
Right.
If they don't specify it. Like, oh.
Right. Yeah, we're not discriminating against any particular language. We're just discriminating against all of the languages equally, except for English. Nice one.
Got them,
Yep.
as they say.
Well, hey, next week on the show, we're gonna smash Team Rocket. So you should smash that
You gonna settle it and smash?
subscribe and bell button and all that other YouTube jargon.
Come on, guys, let's smash that like button. Can we see 50,000 likes on this video? If we get 50,000, we'll jump off the roof in the next video.
Do it for Elmo, guys.
Yeah. Those guys.
I've
those
literally
people.
never heard Vaughn do that voice before, but it kind of sounds like
Well, it was supposed to be
like a B+
play on
Elmo.
the. What's up, guys?
Yeah.
That guy. You know.
You guys can't see the finger guns, but they
It's
did
Johnny
come out.
Vaughn. We're gonna
Johnny
let's see
Vaughn.
if we get 1,000 videos on this like.
Oh
That's
my
right,
god,
1,000 videos on the like.
That's
pretty
tough
good.
to do.
Yeah.
Next week, we'll finish that up. In the meantime, we've got some more Star Wars on Monday. Vaughn and I trudging through the swamps.
Trudging.
And
the snow.
Yeah,
And the sands.
not swamps actually, but
The jungle.
figurative swamps.
Yeah.
And on Wednesday, some more Zooter with Bracky.
Ooh.
Racing that Ocarina of Time.
What a series.
It's heating up, man.
It's pretty cool.
It's really exciting.
I like it.
In the meantime, we've got stuff on Twitter
It'll
and
be like you.
Discord, Instagram.
So join us on those places.
Yeah, come say hello. See what's going on.
Do it.
See you in the next thing.